We now welcome to the BARP 50 Plus Radio Show, family physician Dr. Adrian Lorde. Welcome to the show, Dr. Lorde.
Thank you very much, Peter. Nice to be here again.
There has been some skepticism from some people about taking the coronavirus vaccines. Some people are saying, why take the vaccine if you must continue to wear masks and taking precautions, and if it's still possible that you could get the virus? What advice would you have for those people?
Well, vaccination generally are processes, are biological preparations that help to prevent you from getting a disease. No vaccines are 100%, but in this COVID-19 pandemic, we should vaccinate as an additional level of protection. We wear our masks, we watch our distance, we wash our hands, sanitize or soap and water, but it's an additional level of protection. You may have a dog at home, right, Peter? Mm-hmm. You may have burglar bars, you may have your doors locked, but then you may have a security system, electronic security monitoring system. Mm-hmm. All of those are additional levels of protection against these. The vaccines is an additional level of protection against the COVID-19 virus. So if you vaccinate, then you are giving yourself a lesser chance of getting COVID-19 virus and also getting severe disease, requiring you to be admitted to the Harson's Point isolation facility in the primary section, which is where they have all the ventilators and so on. So it's prevent you against getting severe disease, even if you do get any COVID-19 at all.
There are currently 3 vaccines available to fight COVID-19. Could you list those vaccines and tell BARP members the differences between them?
Right. In Barbados, we have the 3 vaccines. We've had first the Oxford AstraZeneca. We had then the Sinopharm vaccine, and the last one we got through the United States, the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine. The Oxford AstraZeneca, all vaccines work. Vaccines have unique properties, and therefore they work by different methods. The Oxford AstraZeneca, which is the one that we got first, and we got some more again recently, there are what's called viral vector vaccines. And how they work is where there is adenovirus, which is a different virus to the coronavirus, the novel coronavirus that we have. And that is, the virus is a part of the COVID-19 particle is inserted into this viral vector that's injected into your arm, and then your body destroys the inactivated virus by the way the virus has been given is inactivated, and you develop a reaction, an immune response to this trigger that is given. So that is one. The Sinopharm vaccine, which came out of developed by China, is a good vaccine. By the way, the first one you're given in 10 weeks apart, whereas the Sinopharm, which is the second one that we got here, is given 4 weeks apart. But this uses the old technology where you inactivate the virus, kill the virus, or inactivate the virus, and that is injected into you, and then you develop a reaction, develop proteins, antibodies, so you have some security guards at your house, in other words, in your body, to fight off the virus if you get it. And then the third one, the Pfizer BioNTech, they say that Pfizer made Viagra, so people feel that is the best vaccine, but no, that is one that's used mainly in USA and other places, and that is a different technology. It is an mRNA technology, messenger RNA, and what happens with that one, it delivers a tiny piece of the genetic code from the SARS-CoV-2 virus to the whole cells, and then it gives the body instructions to make these proteins. The spikes on the proteins are what goes into your cells and causes problems with COVID-19. So it gives your body that protection. And by the way, the protein, the mRNA, is destroyed in 3 or 4 days after it's injected, and just the reaction takes place, so that in the 2 weeks after having that second dose, you are immunized. So that is, and this one is given 4 weeks apart. The efficacy of the 3 vaccines are pretty good. The Pfizer vaccine, they're saying it is effective against 96%, 95% of cases, and the Sinopharm is about 79, and the other one is about 90%. So they're just different efficacies, but they all do the same job.
Is there any difference in the vaccines as it relates to being effective against the Delta variant?
Yes. As far as we know, and the studies are being done now, all of the vaccines have been shown to be effective against the Delta variant. Obviously, some are more effective than others, and the studies are now coming in to let us know which ones are better, more effective against the Delta variant. But they're all effective by different degrees against the Delta variant.
So, Dr. Lorde, what would you consider to be the best vaccine?
Well, Peter, the best vaccine is the one in your shoulder, in your arm. The vaccine at the Ministry of Health is no help to you. So the best vaccine is the one in your arm. Well, seriously, that is true, but I would recommend that for the children under the age of 18, since that's the only vaccine that they have available, that we should leave those for the children. And we should take the Sinopharm, or we can take the AstraZeneca, especially our BARP members. And all have been shown to be effective in the older age group.
Dr. Lorde, as it relates to underlying medical conditions, would those be a consideration when you are considering taking the vaccine?
Yes, it should be looked at because some vaccines have been shown to be more effective in certain conditions. But generally, there's not a problem at all. You can take any vaccine once your doctor approves it. And that is what we should do. Just discuss it with your healthcare person before taking. But those persons with underlying conditions are more vulnerable, although we're seeing a lot of children now being tested positive, but they're more vulnerable and they need the vaccine even more so than the others. But everybody, the more we can get vaccinated, the better for us.
So obviously you would recommend BARP members to be vaccinated as soon as possible?
Yes, run, drive, jump, whatever, to the nearest vaccination center. We need to keep this variant out of Barbados, and the number of cases rising. As you know, the variant is very transmissible, and therefore we need to fight it in that way by the vaccines. Vaccines work. Vaccines matter.